mother, we always want the best for our kid. The best in education, the best in schooling, the best in uniform, the best in clothes, the best in food, everything. We as mothers will always see to it that we give the best to kids. But then something most of us are actually missing out on teaching to our kids. What is it? Well, here today in this video, I would want you to watch till the end because I'm going to share with you what actually you as a mother are missing out. And trust me, you are missing out on teaching this important thing to the kid most often. And I want you to watch this so that you don't miss it out. Trust me. Well, as a mother, even I have moved around to see what I can do to the best of my ability for my kid, be it education, be it books, be it food, be it comfort, be it traveling, anything. We'll see to it that we keep our kid in the safest environment so that it nurtures his growth, so that it doesn't harm him, so that he's comfortable, he's taken well care of in any place. Maybe a daycare, maybe home, maybe school, maybe play. We'll see to it that we have control over the environment, we have control over the education. Well, this is possible for a certain period, but at a later point of time, it may not always be possible. And then we have to rely upon the child's education, the child's ability to make his choices, and therefore the child's ability to choose what is his company. Why? Because ultimately, over a period of time, as we all know, a man is known by the company he keeps. Right? Fairly good enough. This we all know that we have control to a certain extent. But then, what is our sole purpose for choosing all the best thing? Because we want our kid to go ahead and become the best version that he can be for his own future self, so that he is secure. And to that extent, we'll go in the school also, because that's what my mother did, to ask the teacher, is my child attending properly? Is my child understanding or attentive? So that I go and take some extra lessons for him if the classes may not be able to take it. Or I'll go and see to it, usually a mother will do that, any mother will do that, which coaching classes can be the child put in if the need is, or which extracurricular activity will the child be put in, so that we want our kid to have a holistic and a multi-dimensional growth. Fairly good enough? We do this all because we want the child to do good at a later point of time. Everything we do, we hunt for the best teachers, we hunt for the best coaching classes, we hunt for the best school, looking out for, is the school having good academic performance? Is the school having good set of teachers? Is the school having good parent-child relationship, or the teacher-child relationship? Is the school comfortable with the child and the parent speaking with them? We'll go and see everything. Why? Because we want the safety and comfort for our child, right? There are many things we go ahead. But despite all this, at a later point of time when the child grows, have you noticed, especially in grown-up kids, they encounter a series of frustration, anger bouts, panic attacks, or maybe some depressive episodes, which unfortunately most of us are unable to identify. And if at all we identify, we don't acknowledge, my kid cannot have depression. How can my kid have depression? We have every possible thing in the house. We do not acknowledge it. And at times it spirals down to some major psychological illnesses. And in some unfortunate cases, the child loses up his or her life. Or if not that, he might end up getting addicted to some wrong things which we feel sorry for at a later point of time. Have you heard of such cases? I would definitely not wish this to be experienced by any of the parent. But well, as a doctor, I have encountered these quite often. I've encountered how frequently adults are experiencing panic attack to the extent of kids, teenagers are experiencing that to the extent of quitting upon the exams, not giving it. They'll just come to the hall and leave back. They just feel that they're incapacitated. Why? Do you know there are some things which schools and colleges or any classes cannot teach? What are they? Basic life lessons. And these basic life lessons are required for the kid. So where does the kid go from? go and learn these from actually? Well, none other than you. Why? You forgot your role. Who are you? Mother. And mother is the first teacher of the child and the biggest and the longest influence in the child's life till she's alive. No, even after she's gone, for generations to come, she is going to be the biggest influence. You don't believe me? Go and read the history. Go and read the history. Read all the histories and see who are they influenced by. The mothers or fathers? Most of us, it's the mother who has influenced them in their teaching. And trust me, likewise, you are going to influence your child in every bit of way. So, just in case if you're not aware of, let me tell you. Observe how you deal with your anger. Observe how you hold on your anger and observe how you negotiate with people. Is your kid doing the same way? Most often, the way you are holding your anger, resentment, and frustration, your kid also will be holding in a very similar way. I've observed that in most of the kids. In most of the mothers telling that my kid is angry in this way. When I ask her how is she expressing her anger, it's quite natural. The same. How expressive are you? How communicative are you? Is your kid communicative the same way? If you are someone who is very silent, your chances are the kid will also keep everything closed within. How are you good in taking decision? How good are you in being proactive? And how are you when it comes to implementing things, doing certain tasks, negotiating, taking decisions or taking risk? Well, your kid is also going to do and learn the same thing. So, moral of the story, whatever you behave, not knowing that your kid is not learning it from you, he is going to learn it from the coaches and the teachers. Invariably, silently, he is learning it from you. So in case if you keep giving up quickly, if you are someone who is a people pleaser, if you are someone who is desperate, if you are someone who is holding on to anger and trying to take or manipulate things, your kid will also do that. If you're someone who is quitting upon her dreams, your kid will do that. If you're someone who is who is someone who will not quit easily, who will not give up, your kid will also be learning the same thing always from you. If you are someone who is much disciplined, much organized, your kid will be learning from you. If you're someone who is a reader, if you're someone who is a go-getter, possibly your kid will also learn the same thing from you. If you're someone who is proactive, if you're someone who is like a leader, kid will learn that from you. So now it's your time to decide what are the skills that you feel are important for your kid which will help him in his later life. If these skills are not there in you, start developing them right away so that your kid will silently learn it and imbibe it in himself also. Why? Because you may not realize your potential, but your potential is too much. You are his first teacher, his biggest influence for lifetime and for generations to come. So please don't feel worthless. Don't feel helpless. You are worthy. You are more than enough. And don't try to be in the struggle of becoming the perfect mother. Just try to become the person that you want your kid to emulate like. So that you feel proud that yes, your kid has become like this, just the way you wanted. Only if you become like that. So if you are someone who is a very good listener, if you are someone who is a positive thinker, if you are someone who looks at the brighter side of the life, if you are someone who feels yes, there's always a way out and there's always hope, if you are someone who feels people are out there to help you, your kid will also emulate the same thing. So why wait? Take up the charge, take up the responsibility and don on that hat and become the teacher, because you are the first teacher and the biggest influence for your kid. Do you agree with me? I hope you do, and I'm so sure you will agree with me that you are the biggest influence in your child's life for years to come. Observe yourself. What are the qualities that you have learned from your mother? And what are the qualities that perhaps your spouse has learned from his or her mother? Observe. You will understand that we unconsciously take on so many things from our mother. I did the same thing. when I was in my weakest phase, depressive episodes. Obviously, we all, as teenagers, have been through our low phases also. So, in those low phases, many I have known quit their careers, quit on with their life because they give up on their dreams and they give up on the ability to succeed also. I did have that feeling for some moments, but then I realized as a mother, when I encountered those depressive episodes, on seeing my mother, who has managed the three of us, we three sisters, how she still managed her job, being a doctor, and the family. The spirit that she had, the optimism that she had, and the ability to navigate through challenges that she had, invariably I silently took it up. And I was able to see myself navigating through the things. I did not just think and I observed, yes, my mother did that. No. I realized that after every pattern of my low phases, I was having that low phases for some time, but I would get up and move out. Silently, quietly. I would not just hold on, cling, and just break down. It wasn't me. And why? Because I never saw my mother break down. I saw my mother making decision, walking on it. I saw my mother making decisions, standing firm on it, and then moving out through it fearlessly. I did the same thing. And I'm so sure even you have learned certain traits from your mothers. Now it's your time. What traits you want your kids to develop? The days are changing, the times are changing. So I'm so sure your kids may not benefit with those traits that possibly you might have benefited or your mothers might have benefited from. So change the curriculum, change the syllabus. As a teacher, now you decide what curriculum for life challenges you want to teach your kid. What new things you are going to take up on as your mission to make your child a masterpiece so that he is able to move out and navigate through all the life challenges. And I'm so sure you will become the best teacher for him. And you will come up successfully, confidently and proudly and say, this is my best child and I am his best teacher. Wishing you all the best to be the best teacher for your child's life. And I'm so happy to see you donning that hat too. Well, if you resonate with me, do click on the like button and subscribe to this channel. Comment below what is it that you're going to add on with you in your traits so that your child emulates it from you if you currently do not have it. Do share this video to your friends so that it inspires them as well. On this Teacher's Day, I take this opportunity to wish you a happy Teacher's Day as well. Stay happy, healthy and resilient. Bye.